Hey everybody, I'm Creed, and this is Creed's Other Art, episode 11. And today what I'm working on is Castle Grayskull, drawn directly from the vintage toy. So it was sometime in 1982 when I saw commercials like this.
What do we have here?
It's Castle Grayskull.
And it's mine. Not so fast, Beastman.
He-Man!
You can pit He-Man against Beastman, playing for the power of Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together.
Beastman's escaping.
The throne, Dad. Dad, you saved the castle.
Castle Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe collection.
Wow, I still love that to this day. But okay, so I saw that and something switched in my brain. He-Man is such an important part of my life. It's like asking Gary Larson if scientists and cows and bugs are important to him. They're cornerstones of what he does. Well, He-Man, and especially Castle Grayskull, is a cornerstone to me. So all I wanted for Christmas in 1982 was a Castle Grayskull. And my mom got me one. And it was the happiest Christmas I ever had. I just love the design. It was so evil and sinister. I never saw a building that was made out of a skull like that before. And all the figures were so cool. They were huge. They weren't like scrawny G.I. Joes. They were huge, beastly creatures with all these wacky designs like Dick Tracy villains kind of thing. They just totally captured my imagination. And Castle Grayskull itself, whoever sculpted that, somebody who worked for Mattel, probably lots of people, I guess. Whoever sculpted that is just a genius. It's a work of art, is what it is. And the way life goes, you don't always hold on to the things you love when you were a kid. And over the course of time, I did lose track of all my He-Man stuff. But just in the last few years, I've gotten a few things, and I do have a Castle Grayskull. And it still makes me smile just to look at it. So how I ended up finally drawing it was I come up with a cool mashup idea. I was watching Cat Dog, the 90s cartoon. I was like, Cat Dog, and it just kind of struck me. I was like, Cat, Battle Cat. And then I was like, okay, if Cat's gonna be Battle Cat, then Dog's gonna be He-Man. And it came into my head like, Cat Dog of the Universe. So, okay. So then I started drawing Cat Dog of the Universe. And the piece needed something. And by the way, that video for that piece is coming soon. But I had to show this one first because there's an element to this castle that I use in that piece. So I drew Cat Dog of the Universe and it came out awesome. It's one of my favorite ones I ever did actually. And it's got me thinking about doing more mashup work. But the piece needed something else. So then I had the brilliant idea of taking Castle Grayskull and their house, which is a big fish and a bone, and mashing those together. But I didn't want the first time I drew Castle Grayskull to be Cat Dog Grayskull. So what I did is I decided, okay, I drew Cat Dog of the Universe. Then I went, okay, I'm going to draw Castle Grayskull, and then I'll adapt it just for that piece. Even though I absolutely love the Filmation cartoons, and to me, that's He-Man, when it comes to Castle Grayskull, when I was going to draw one, there was only one choice for me, still life. And it's funny because I was the kind of guy in art class in high school who was like, I want to draw Superman, I want to draw just comic book stuff and wacky stuff that an art teacher doesn't tell you to draw. And my art teacher was all like, well, no, draw that vase and draw this lamp and draw just stuff. And I hated that kind of stuff. I'm not interested in that. So I could never stand doing still lifes. But this is my first still life that I love doing every minute of. And all I did is I took my actual Castle Grayskull and I put it on a table. And I got the straight on angle. And I just started doing some sketching. I really wanted to draw the stones exactly But the problem is the shapes of the stones don't exactly match my style. They would have been really jagged and different from my style. So I had to go in the spirit of. And it is in the spirit of, because placement's close on a lot of them, and size and shape and stuff. And I think it really looks like it. Now, I lost the part of the video where I do the coloring. And I purposely decided I wasn't going to redo that part of the video because that's phony. Because the coloring's done. I wasn't going to ditch the coloring and redo it just for a video. I think that's too phony. That's not how the channel rolls. If I lost the video, okay, it's lost. I'm not going to redo art. Doesn't need to be redone. So I'm just showing you the layers. I'll just turn the layers off and on. But it is pretty simple coloring job. All I did was just pick that color. And it's not exactly like the actual one. The actual one has a bit more black in spots that would have obscured some detail. And it has sort of some yellow sprayed on bits of it. And I don't like the look of that for this piece. I tried it out. It didn't work. So I just went with just the base color. And then I gave it an effect by, I took the black layer and I duplicated it, just the inks layer. I duplicated it, I blurred it, and then I offset it, like over a bit and down a bit. And that, it gave it a really good 3D effect on the stones and stuff. And then I just colored the jaw bridge. I gave it a little bit of texture and then some motion blur, so it has the streaks like the wood, just like the real door does. So this is as close as I could get to the actual Castle Grayskull. And I think it's a thing of beauty. I really love how this came out. And actually this made me want to draw more stuff from toys. And I did another small piece where I drew He-Man's sword directly from the toy. And I ended up using that in Cat Dog of the Universe, which is coming soon. So for any He-Man the Masters of the Universe fans out there, I hope you like this piece. And this does mean that I will have that Cat Dog of the Universe piece coming up soon. So stay tuned for that one. My goal for this month is 9 videos. And so that'll work out to 2 a week. So we're going to see how that goes. Stay tuned. There's a lot more cool art coming. And until then, take her easy. Hey, thanks for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. Just by watching these videos, you help me out. But if you really want to help the channel, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on how you feel. Make sure you're subscribed so you can keep up with my latest stuff. And if you're looking to buy a cartoon I'm talking about, I will put up the link to Amazon in the description. And if you're a big fan, the absolute best thing you can do is recommend this channel to a friend who loves cartoons. Thanks for watching.